Morning to you on this Thursday morning, March the 5th today. And our devotions title this morning is Purification, Not Punishment. Purification, not punishment. Hebrews chapter 5, verses 8 and 9. Son though he was, he learned obedience from what he suffered. And once made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him. Those are good verses to put together here since we've been talking about the suffering that eventually brings good to us. We learn from it. We draw closer to God. We learn how to navigate the suffering, and then in that way we're able to help others to navigate the suffering as well. And so in Jesus's case, he learned obedience, which is really, remember the first time I ever read that verse, and I went, really, Jesus, the Son of God, had to learn things? He learned obedience from what he suffered. And once made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him. Those verses tell us Jesus learned, and he helped us learn too. All right, Mr. Keller's words, thoughts on this. Unlike believers in karma, Christians believe that suffering is often unjust and disproportionate. Life is simply not fair. I hear the tantrum now. People who live well often do not do well. Scheller writes that Christianity oh my word, I didn't have coffee today. People who live well often do not do well. Scheller writes that Christianity succeeded in doing justice to the full gravity and misery of suffering by acknowledging this, as the doctrine of karma does not, which insists that all an individual's suffering is fully deserved. Heard people say something bad goes, oh, I must not be living right, or I must be punished for something or other. That's karma. That's not how the Lord works. The book of Job is, of course, the first place this is clearly stated when God condemns Job's friends for their insistence that Job's pain and suffering had to be caused by a life of moral inferiority. We see this most of all in Jesus. If anyone ever deserved a good life on the basis of character and behavior, Jesus did, but he did not get it. As Scheller writes, the entire Christian faith is centered on the quote, the paragon of the innocent man who freely receives sufferings for others. Debts, suffering acquires through the divine quality of the suffering person a wonderful new nobility. In the light of the cross, suffering becomes purification. Punishment. Interesting play on the words there. Yes, he suffered, but it was so that we might be purified. He took our punishment so that we don't have to. He made it possible by his shed blood for us to be purified, and he became the source of eternal salvation for all who obey him. These devotions are all under this category of walking with God through pain and suffering. The key for me in reading that is with God. We're not walking alone. We're walking with God through the pain and suffering because he's been there. He sent his son specifically to suffer and die on a cross for a bunch of people who didn't really seem to care very much at that point, who didn't understand what it was all about until later, until after Pentecost and the preaching of the word and the things that were being shared by the apostles as they traveled out in the power of the Holy Spirit. They let people know this was all for you. This was all for you. It was all for us, that we might be purified of the filth of our own sins. Life, the new life he said he came to give and to give it abundantly. Devotions for this time of the year, for our time of Lent, and it's not karma. We don't have bad things happen to us because we did a bad thing. Although those things happen, we do get held to account by other humans, but we're not being judged or punished by heaven. It's not about that at all. And so this is powerful truth. This is powerful truth for us to take in and hold on to. Yes, I'm imperfect. Yes, I sin. Yes, I need to be punished for that. But Jesus has already done that. I've been purified. I've been clean, cleansed by the blood of the Lamb. And no matter that we sin and we displease God in those ways, he still loves us. He still loves us. Blessings to you today on this Thursday, March the 5th. And be still today and know that he is God.